Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is July 8th, 2015, and today's Wednesday morning. So looking at the economic calendar today, a few things coming up at 10:30 this morning. GBP trade balance, that's at 1:30 South African time this afternoon. GBP trade balance coming out. And then later in the day, we have two numbers coming out of the Canadian dollar and the US dollar. The Canadian dollar is Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is July 8th, 2015, and today's Wednesday. So looking at the economic calendar today, just three things coming up. 1:30 South African time, we have a GBP. That's an annual budget permits rate that's coming out. And then at 2:30 South African time, we have a CAD number coming out, building permits. That's a monthly number. And then at 8 p.m. tonight, we have the FOMC minutes. Really, it's a meeting about the FOMC's decision. It gives an in-depth analysis of what happened in their decision as to the rate change in the United States. So technically, does it have that much of an impact? Yes, it does. Okay, so definitely something you want to look into discussing it. So lots going on in the markets. Let's start with our favorite, EURUSD. EURUSD just below this level. We're about 7 pips down from yesterday. Not much, okay, really not much from yesterday. We had this big drop yesterday, and then we rallied right back. So ultimately, we're not that far down from where we are, but we did dip below 110. If you're able to catch this move at 109, that was great for you. I was actually not in front of the computer in order to catch this, but this was really a great opportunity to jump into it, especially once it breached 110. You have to see where it's going to go. It's sometimes very tricky to play support and resistance because, if you're looking to buy the support, support's not going to be exactly at 110. Right? It's going to be, something's going to have to give. So in this case, we gave about 109.33. Now 110 psychologically is a big number, and you see that we're trading just above it right now. So I don't think that they want to take this further down. As you can see here, I think they want to keep this at 110. So I'd really look to see some sort of continuation, some sort of follow through. If you did catch it on this 109 level, good for you. I would unload maybe half of it right here, just because you never know where the market's going to go. Yeah, could it go up to 114, 117? Technically, yes, but that's not the point. The point is that you've booked your profits as you've been making the trade along. So I would really keep this in perspective because we're really right back down to where we've pretty much filled the gap, as we call it. We filled the gap here on the upside, and then now we're really filling up to where we were about a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks ago rather. So it's something that you really have to look in a lot based on the news, and so you really have to be in front of the computer and really be paying attention to what's going on in the news to be trading the EURUSD. Not saying it's not a great trade, just be careful. That's basically what I'm saying. In either direction that you're in either direction that you're trading it, I would really just be careful and book my profits along the way. I'll be scalping it as opposed to swing trading it, because it is very much range trading, and there's no continuous trade here. Is it a straight down here? You could see a little bit of a downward momentum here, but it's got to really, break this upper level here to really be considered some sort of a follow through. So I would really, continuously just pay attention to see what's going through and to see if it's going to falter. If it doesn't break this above and we do falter, then we could definitely see it trying to test the 106 level again. Not even a question. So keep an eye on it. Very, very important to check it out. Looking at the GBPUSD, also faltered yesterday against the dollar. As you see, we've breached this second line over here. We're still just hanging on, okay? So I wouldn't say we're breaching this support level, but we're really testing it here. So again, I would really keep an eye on it to see if it does turn around. It could be an opportunity to buy it on the upside. Someone knows something about something, as we always say. So, I would really, try to, as much as we can, pay attention to these levels and see how much of it is being held. Looking at the Dow Jones yesterday, Dow Jones, big sell-off yesterday in the morning, and then we rallied right back. It doesn't show, it's not indicative here, but it was a pretty crazy day yesterday, as you can see here by this big bar, okay, by this little bar and this really big candle. I mean, if I highlight it a little bit, you could see it maybe a little bit better. We're talking about this, okay, right here. Basically, you see it's a big candle, very volatile day. I believe we really tanked in the morning, and then we rallied in the afternoon. This is already after hours. This is a sell-off in after hours, but a great trading day for traders. Okay, really great trading day for traders because oodles of money to be made, especially when the market sells off and then rebuys it. Looking at gold, gold continues to falter, as we can see here. And gold also had a very similar day to the dollar yesterday, as you can see here, but we're trading below $52. Again, we're right at the threshold, so you really got to pay attention to where it's going to go. But as you can see, we really, if you were trading this and paying attention to it, and you had an alert, and you were able to catch this move on the downside, even if you chased it a little bit, okay, this is a beautiful representation of something that breaches support and then continuously trades on the downside. This is an A+ trade, okay, right here, because you had support, it breached it, didn't hold it, and then continued trading in that direction. So definitely a great opportunity to be trading the USD, the oil, excuse me. Looking at the gold here, gold also breaching this 160-ish level. Remember, we were trading 163-ish level yesterday, 170, and you see here we finally breached it, 163 here, 1163, and we finally breached it now with 1152. Next stop is 1138. That's really our next support level. I would anticipate this 163 level to become a resistance level. So if we do try to make it back, I'd see a little bit of a resistance at that level before we take it further up. Very exciting in the gold because, as you can see, gold has really been trading in a range since since we're looking here at June 30th, and we've been trading in this range since March 20th. So we've been trading in this ridiculous range for about 3 months, okay? Not to say that there wasn't money to be made in it, but obviously, when you have a trend like this, okay, like a move that you have from here down to here, it's much easier to make money, okay? So in certain regards. And so big deal that the gold finally broke down 1163. We're trading on 1153 right now. Let's see if it does continue going down to 1138. It could just hover, okay? It could just hover. It's not necessarily the biggest trading time of the year, but it is a monumental break in the gold. Looking at the Hang Seng, we're breaking up down further. What's going on in the markets, if you haven't noticed, is basically the Chinese market is really faltering. It really looks very representative of the 1929 crash in the United States, where the markets didn't really recover from those from 1929 until 1954. So we're talking about really something monumental and historic here. So really a great time to be trading, great time to be in the markets. Don't get frustrated if you're not making it right through, because it's still very difficult, very volatile. So if you are a new trader, you should definitely be taking precautions in terms of stop losses and thresholds for yourself. This is Razak at CMTrading, and I want to wish you guys a great trading day.